Hey everybody, welcome back to the Long Distance Book Club. I'm one of your hosts, Logan,
And I am your other host, Hannah.
and this week to start off our 2026, we thought it would be fun to kind of discuss our backgrounds a little bit and talk to you guys about how we work reading into our lives. Before we get into that, Hannah, what are you currently reading?
You remembered. um, so if you listen to I believe it was our most recent episode, our previous episode, where we talked about like our reading goals, blah blah for 2026. Um,
Mhm.
I said that I want to read at least 10 books in Spanish this year. So I have started reading lessons in chemistry in Spanish. Um,
Mhm.
And at the same time, I'm currently also reading The Locked Ward by Sarah Buchanan because, let me tell you, I do not usually read more than one book at one time because it usually freaks me out and I don't like that. But I was actually telling Joshua that I feel like, I felt like reading was becoming a bit of a chore whenever I was only reading my Spanish lessons in chemistry.
Mm.
Because I'm not
Mhm.
like, I can't just like read Spanish and just understand and then understand every single thing. Um,
Yeah.
and so, sorry, Joshua just started talking to me and he messed me up. Um,
Tell
but
Joshua to leave.
I, I know we're in the warmest part of the house. But uh, so anywho, um, yeah, so he was like, "Why don't you just read like one chapter of your Spanish book a day and then, read something else at the same time, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "That's a great idea." So that's what I'm doing. And I'm allowing myself to read two books at a time, which I don't normally do. So there we are. Boom.
Nice. Yeah, I could see how you're wanting to kind of like challenge your brain in that way, but because Spanish is not our first language, I can see how you would be reading it and be like, okay, my brain kind of hurts.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause it was like, because at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I want to read. But then it's like, oh, but do I want to do homework? Is what it felt like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So
that I
yes,
think you can allow it to slide.
I know, I think so too. And I don't know. It's normally because I get like things confused and then it's like, oh, which one do I want to read right now? I don't know, blah blah blah. But if it's like they're completely different genres and
Mhm.
different languages, so it's like easier, I feel like, for my brain to like put them into different categories.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. I respect it because yeah, I can't read
Thank
it
you.
in Spanish for sure.
It's actually quite difficult. I'm having a struggle bus. It made me realize how much vocab I don't know. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, there's like so many words where I understand what's going on. Like I can tell you the exact premise of what's happening, but like there's so
Hmm.
many words where I'm like, I have never seen that word before in my life.
Yeah, they won't. At my new job, I can understand Spanish like double than I can speak it,
Mm-hmm.
and because I'm not fluent in it, like it's kind of frowned upon that I try to speak in Spanish, which
In
is
case you
fine.
say something incorrectly.
Exactly. So
Uh,
I'm okay with it. I don't trust my abilities anyway. But when the translator comes in the room and I'm talking to a patient, I'm literally understanding like 90% of what they're saying, and then the translator has to say it in English. I'm like,
you're like, yeah, I got it.
mm. So, Mrs. You don't read multiple books at one time.
I
I will
know.
tell you what I'm currently reading. So,
Oh, go
I
goodness.
actually had somebody reach out to me and say, well, don't forget you're also still reading Brimstone. So I would love to update the fans and say I have finished Brimstone. I finished it at the very tail end of 2025, so it still went towards my 2025 goal. Thank God. So
Wait, wait. I thought you had finished that by last episode, but you hadn't?
I don't recall.
Well, We'll just pretend like you hadn't. What do you rate it?
Yeah.
What did you rate it?
I I think I rated it like 3.5 stars.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, not too shabby.
It was a significantly long book, and at the end of the day, maybe like 200 pages of it was important.
Oh my, that sounds dreadful, honestly, to read that.
Exactly. Like it was like information overload dump at the
Like,
very tail end of it. And it was
oh
like,
dang.
this could have happened 500 pages ago.
Oh man, that's brutal.
It was. But anywho, I've moved on. I
We've moved
actually
past
think
that.
I think you would love this book, but hear me out. So Spotify is doing for the next 3 months. So I get it until like mid-April, I think. For the next 3 months, you get the Spotify audiobooks for free.
Whoa.
And so I got it because I do enjoy audiobooks. So I got it because it's free. I never argue with free. And I started listening to The Bright Years by Sarah DeMoff, I think is how you pronounce her last name. Um, I knew nothing about it going into it. I just knew that like people loved it. And
Yeah, it sounds
I was
familiar.
unaware, very unaware, that Spotify audiobooks cut you off at 15 hours per month. And I went through my hours in one day
Oh my
and
gosh.
cannot finish The Bright Years until February 14th. So,
That really stinks.
yeah, I got 31% of the way through because I read and finished a different book. And then I
Oh,
said, well,
okay.
let me read The Bright Years. And I got 31% of the way through. And it said, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this girl goes, hey, you're out of listening hours for the month. It's like, oh,
Oh, and you're like,
that's
what the
lovely.
heck?
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was really, really enjoying myself. The book is really good. And I guess I will add that to my February TBR to finish it. Um,
That
but that was on
stinks.
audiobook. That was on audiobook. So
Okay.
on my Kindle, I'm also reading Shatter Me by Tahir Mafi. It's actually a young adult book, but it's really good. You may have heard about it or even read it before because
I've
it's been
heard
out for
about
a
it.
while.
Yeah.
The main female character, her touch is like lethal. Like if she even like taps you, you're dead. So,
You know, yeah, you know what I thought that book was about and why I've never been interested in reading it?
tell me.
I thought that it was like super smutty. I did not know that it was a YA book.
It is a YA book. Like the most that happens is like the caress of some fingers.
That is
No
so
smut.
crazy. Wow. Wow. For some reason, I just thought that book was like full of it.
No. So I have it on my Kindle because I randomly found it on Amazon one day. Like you bought every single book in the series for 99 cents. So I did,
Oh my.
and now I own them all. So I just I've mentioned it before, like if I'm in the mood for a paperback or a Kindle or audiobook, like I'll just be reading a different one on each platform. So on my Kindle, I'm reading Shatter Me. I'm not far into it like at all, but I am reading it.
Okay.
Then paperback, I'm reading Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen. I got this book for Christmas and I'm
What a
actually
fun
loving
gift.
this book. I'm loving this book. I This author has never wrote anything, at least published, like not to say that there's not something somewhere else. Um, but actually I'm gonna ask you a question just here in just a minute. But the author of Silver Cloak, it's two authors. Wait,
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm so confused. Okay. So on Goodreads it says by LK Stephen and Laura Stephen. But then I click on it and Laura is LK Stephen. So anyway,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
disregard
So
my question. It's
Laura,
the same person.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, so Laura Stephen also wrote a couple other books. She wrote Our Infinite Fates, which I've heard of, and a bunch of other books I haven't heard of.
I'm
But
assuming
anyway,
these are fantasy books, correct?
well, I don't know about her other books, but Silvercloak is fantasy. Silvercloak
Okay.
is about this like dystopian world, and they have low key feels like Harry Potter because they have wands.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
but the wands like they have powers, but they have to use their wand to get their powers. But they can run out of powers if they like get too tired or they use too much energy. And there's only two ways to replenish the powers. It's either with pain, like any type of pain, which also includes like an upset stomach, cramping, like obviously physical pain, like
Yeah.
inflicting of things. And then it's either pain or pleasure. And their definition of pleasure is like, I kind of picture it to be like just smut. But their definition of pleasure is like, oh, I can eat something really yummy and sugary and
Oh,
it will replenish my powers, which I think is crazy. They could watch a good TV
wow.
show, which the TV is not a thing in this book, but they could like read a good book or like have a good conversation with somebody and it will also replenish
That's
their
cute.
powers.
Yeah.
So it's very fun. I'm over halfway done and I wish I could finish it tonight, but I don't have the time. Which leads us into a fantastic transition into tonight's
Wow.
episode, which is how we
That's
fit reading into our lives.
that's a really good transition, actually. That was quite perfect.
Thanks. So, Hannah, would you like to tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and your journey with reading?
Yes. Hi everyone. My name is Hannah and I am a reader. Yes, so since Logan
Hi,
and I live
Hannah.
I was hoping you were gonna do that. Um, since Logan and I live completely different lives, I thought it'd be cool to go about it this way where we kind of share tips and tricks on how we fit reading into our lives. For myself, I am a stay-at-home mom and I have a 8-month-old and a almost 3-year-old. So I have two little kids and I know that a lot of moms that I talk to whenever, like, we're just talking randomly or, like, out to dinner or whatever, and I'm, like, always one of my first questions is, "So, do you like to read?" Um, and a lot of times a fellow mom is like, "No, like, would like to read, but I don't have the time for it," and I'm sure that is across all people, not just moms, obviously. Um, but just speaking from a mom perspective, people then will ask me back, they're like, "So do you like to read? Like, how do you have the time to read?" And to what I say is that, of course, everybody knows that you make time for what's important to you. Um, and so for myself, because I do enjoy reading so much, reading is very important to me. So I'm gonna carve out that time. Um, both of my kids, whenever they go down for a nap, sometimes it's at the same time, like sometimes they nap at the same time in the day and sometimes it's at different times. But on the days where they're both asleep at the same time, I'll usually try to like tackle some things around the house, do some laundry, do some dishes, sweep the floor, blah blah. Not all the stuff, but I'll try to at least do a couple productive things. And then I'll be like, okay, now I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna read a little bit. Sometimes I only get to read for like 5 minutes, and then sometimes I get to sit there for like an hour and read, it just depends on the day. Um, and then the same thing after bedtime. My kids go to bed at around like 8 o'clock. So then same thing. I usually try to do, a little productivity. And then I'm like, okay, now it's time to relax. Me and Joshua will come into the basement usually and hang out. I'll usually read my book, he might read his book. But yeah, I think that which is still Project Hail Mary. Um, but
He'll get there.
yeah, Yeah, he'll get there. But that's my thing. And I also don't, I wanted to put this in there. I also don't have social media because I know that if I did have social media, I would completely get stuck in the endless scroll.
Hmm.
Um, and I would like probably get on my phone and scroll and then be like, well, crap, I've been sitting here for an hour and I could have like read, you know? Not to say that you shouldn't have social media, but I think it's important if you do to also like limit your time, not only so you can read, but just, for mental health, productivity, etc.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's my thing. Don't, do what you want to do. Like if you want to read, make time to read. Don't get caught up doing like, pointless things that don't leave you satisfied afterwards, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel a little
The
called out
end.
because I will definitely sit there and look, and an hour has gone by, and all I've done is scroll on TikTok. But I am glad that you brought up that point of how big of a distraction social media can be sometimes. Because you're right. We make time in our day and our week and our month for the things that are important to us. And, that was Hannah's that she just talked about. I'm going to share mine in a minute. And if yours differ, then that's okay. Um, we just both happen to be best friends and super passionate about reading. So we are blessed and able to make the time to do this. Um, and I don't know, Hannah, do people ever ask you, like, oh my gosh, how do you find the time to do that?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. People ask me that too. So, um, was there anything else you wanted to add? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, no, you didn't. No, no, no. That I'm all good. I'm ready to hear your spiel. Oh wait,
um,
I did want to add. I did not mean to call you out, by the way. I think it's totally fine to have social media. It's just not for me because I did that all the time where I was like feeling so poopy because I was doing that all the time where I just kept like sitting and doing nothing and
mhm.
scrolling. And I was like, I can't regulate this myself, so I'm just gonna delete it.
Yeah, I think
The end. Again.
you know, I cannot picture myself ever doing that, but I commend you, and it's something that I don't know, it makes me, not that you're asking me to be proud of you, but like when I think about the fact that you don't do social media, I'm like, man, that is just so cool that I mean, and
Well,
it's
that's
been
very sweet of you.
it's not a new thing for you. It's like you've been doing this since we were in high school.
Yeah, it was I think well, I did have it like a little bit in high school, but not too much. I think it wasn't until honestly, I think it was whenever I went to Spain. I deleted my Instagram whenever I was in
Mhm.
Spain because I was like, I'm not gonna come to Spain to learn Spanish and then sit here and be on social media, while I'm in Spain. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then I think I still had Facebook whenever I was in Spain, but it was only for like updates, for like family and friends. And then
Right.
and
Yeah.
then whenever I got back home, I was like, you know what? I don't even need that. So then right whenever we got married, I think pretty much is whenever I deleted it all back in 2022.
Yeah. I
So
do.
yeah.
I will say sometimes I'm like, that's crazy. And it's like baffling, but I really do commend you for it because it's just so cool that you're able to do that.
And you know what? I commend you for your social media pages because I think they're super cool and cute.
Thank you. We're just two peas in a pod.
Which is still peas in the pod.
Um, okay, I'll share my story.
Yes.
So I am a social worker. Um, I work at a children's hospital right now. Um, I've had a couple different jobs after graduating, and the most recent job that I had, like the second I got into that building and this up until the second I left, like I did not have any time to myself. I didn't take lunch breaks. I didn't have the availability to do that. But now, when I go on my lunch breaks, like I always have a book or a Kindle or like my headphones with me so I can listen to an audiobook. Um, Anyway, I think I'm jumping ahead too far. So I work a normal, quote unquote normal, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, whatever. Um, but it is a pretty heavy like desk job. Um, and then if I'm not at my desk, I'm meeting with patients. So when I'm at my desk and I'm able to do paperwork, I, especially with this new job, because I just started it within, I guess I started it in December. I have the ability to play audiobooks while I work, and that's something that works really well for me. Like today, I started and finished an audiobook, which I'm not at all bragging about that. It was just a really good audiobook. Um, but I have the ability to do that, and some people are not multitaskers and they can't work and listen to an audiobook at the same time,
I
and
could
I
not do
understand.
that. I
Yeah,
could
I
not do that.
yes. If I'm having like a really bad ADHD day, then like I can't do it either. But today was a super slower day. A couple of my clinics were closed, not seeing patients. So um I was able to, start and finish that audiobook. But like I said earlier, I will make the time in my day um during my lunch break to read. And my husband and I also really like to work out. My husband's currently training for his first competition back post both shoulder surgeries. Um, so he's
Ay,
been
ay,
going
ay.
hard. I know. He's been going hard in the gym, and so if I'm in the mood for it, then I will read while I do my cardio. Whether it's on my Kindle or a paper version. Just two birds, one stone. So like in the morning, our schedule is really difficult because Devin has something going on with school tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to wake up early, um, make the time, carve the time out of our day to go to the gym. Um, and then I may not be able to read tomorrow, but that's okay.
It
Um,
is.
I always, just in case I have time, I always have something with me.
Yeah,
Um, like
that's a
especially if
good
I have
point.
a doctor's appointment, or maybe I'm waiting for a prescription, or whatever I'm doing. If I have a couple minutes, kind of like you said, to also avoid scrolling because I don't want to sit on my phone all the time, then I'll just pull out my book or my Kindle and read. In those like bigger chunks of time where I can pull it out of my day to read.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's about it. Now
Tell
that I'm a
me.
big girl, um, I can't stay up all night and read anymore.
Oh, yeah. Amen to
Um,
that.
when I was in college, well, when I was a full-time nanny in grad school, um, I would sometimes stay up late at night and to like the wee hours of the morning because the book was just too good for me to put
Yeah.
down. But at that point in my life, I was also able to like take a nap when she took a nap. So just the lifestyle I was living in that moment was a little bit more flexible. But now I can't do that anymore.
What? So tell me, like, when you get home from work. Oh, wait. You might have said this already. When you get home from work and after working out and everything, is it usually like already pretty late? Like after you get home from the gym and everything?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like especially because my husband and I are carpooling now. Um, because my new job is like right across the street from his school. So since we're together in the same car, we will sometimes go straight to the gym
Oh, yeah.
after we get done and then straight home. So by the time we get home, like, it's time for dinner, got to get the dogs fed, walked, take a shower. And at that point, like, I may not even be in the mood to read, and that's okay.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. 100%.
so I know that I have a personal goal of being active and aiming towards at least 10,000 steps a day. So that's why sometimes I will read during my walks. Um,
Oh,
because
yeah, that makes sense.
definitely boring if you're in the gym and not outside.
Oh, yeah.
An hour treadmill is like right up against the wall.
Oh my
So
gosh, that's the
sometimes
worst
like
place for a treadmill.
it is. So if I'm not reading, like what am I gonna do?
I know, that sounds awful. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So some days there genuinely is not time unless I do the cardio and and the reading, or maybe I go and like soak in the tub and read a couple chapters, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
okay. I
Yeah,
think I definitely sacrifice certain time for reading, and
of
there are
course.
times where Devin is like, "Hey, I need you to put the book down and give me attention."
That's so
Um,
funny.
so
Yeah.
actually, yeah, does Joshua ever do anything like that? Like, how do you handle your significant other time when you also kind of want to read?
Yeah. So like I said before, the kids are usually in bed at like they're usually in bed by 8 o'clock, Um,
Mm-hmm.
and 8:30, just depending on the night. And me and Joshua's the kind of person to where like he really likes downtime. Like he kind of needs to decompress from like work. He's also like coaching wrestling right now. So he's been having
Mm-hmm.
some long days too. So he's also pretty tired, like, come the end of the day from, like, work, school, because
Right.
he's in school now, and,
Mm-hmm.
coaching. So he's the kind of person that needs, like, to kinda just, like, do nothing for a little bit. Um, so what we
Mm-hmm.
do is we kinda just, like, take up the same space together in the basement, Um, every now and then we'll,
Yeah.
like, exchange some words, but usually we're both, like, pretty content, me reading and him, like, doing some research on, like, what next project to do for the house, or also reading his book,
Yeah.
kinda thing, and then, um, yeah, that's I don't know, he it works really well because when I'm wanting to read, he's wanting to, like, turn his brain off too, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's not really any, whatchamacall, uh, difference there.
Any
I don't know the right
overlap?
word. Yeah, no, what's the word? There's not any conflict there? I don't know if that's the right word,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're on the same page when it comes to, like,
We'll
doing
work with
nothing at
it.
the
We'll
end of the
work with
day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
Um,
that works to my reading
I think
advantage.
that's good. Um, every now and then Devin will be like, "Hey, I don't want to do anything else but like watch a movie with you."
Oh, yeah.
Um, and so I'll put my book away, but it's okay because I love him.
That's so
Um,
funny. You're like, "I guess, let me finish
but
this
yeah,
chapter first."
yeah, yeah, because I have to finish the chapter first.
And
I literally
oh,
tell him, "You have to wait. I have like 8 more pages left. You got to let me finish the chapter."
and with Logan's
I
reading
don't do that
speed,
gross stuff that you do.
I know, and with Logan's reading speed, 8 more pages would she'd be like, just give me 34 seconds and I'll be done."
Yeah, and sometimes if it's like a lot of pages, I'll be like, "Can you just give me like 5 minutes
Oh my gosh, I don't know how you
and
read so fast.
just hope for the best?" I just
I
hope
know,
for the best.
you're like, "Hopefully
Um,
he'll get distracted and actually give me 10 more minutes."
yeah, yeah, and kind of like you said earlier, like just being in the same room together. Sometimes Devin is studying, and my library is like also his office. So
Yeah,
sometimes he'll be at his desk studying, and I'll just be over here in my chair reading. Or
yeah,
sometimes when he wants to decompress and um like play the Xbox or just watch TikToks or Instagram, like I'm content just sitting beside him. So
yeah, I completely
it's not
agree.
often that he's like, "Hey, put your book down." But every now and
Exactly.
then he does want my attention.
Yeah, and that's okay, that's okay. Um,
It
that's
is.
good. That's good, actually. Um, and I wanted
Yeah.
to add one more thing too. Um,
Yep.
I wanted to tack on to the end that reading at the end of the day is something that, like, should be fun, it's a hobby. Um, and I think that if you're the person that, like, reading feels too much like a chore, then, like, DNF that book, Life is too short to read
Mhm.
books that you don't enjoy, Um,
Mhm.
I mean, maybe if you want to push through it, that's great. But also, like, maybe next go around when it's time to get a new book, try a different genre, try a different author, find books that you really enjoy reading. So then you're like, oh, I can't wait until I get some downtime so I can pick up this book again. And it's not like, oh, I gotta pick up this book again to finish it. Find the books that you really enjoy reading because that's what a hobby should be. It's something that we enjoy.
Yeah, and I don't always enjoy reading. Sometimes the books make me cry, but I did it to myself.
You picked that book, Logan.
I know. And I'm good at it too.
You
Um,
love you love books that make you cry. Sorry, I'm yawning.
I love books that can make me feel intensely.
Wow.
I think if you did that, then you're a fantastic author.
Wow.
Um,
Not me.
but I also wanted to add, some people will mention like, well, reading is just it's too expensive, like book prices are crazy these days. And I will
To
agree.
that, to that I say true.
Yeah, to that I say absolutely. Um, I am not ashamed to say that I shop with Mr. Bezos and Amazon
Oh
has the
yeah.
cheapest prices for books, let me tell you. But Hannah and I also, Hannah is actually the person who taught me about this. But go to your local library. Go get you a library card. They're free. And nowadays, a lot of the libraries don't give out fines if you have your book for too long. So if that's a deterrent, don't let it be because they don't fine you anymore. Um, but also there
It
is
sounded
a
it sounded like you said they don't find you anymore. The librarians will not come hunt you down
they can't
anymore.
find you. But there's also the Libby app that is completely free through your library. You do have to have a library card to use it first. Um, I would love to sit here and say that, we were sponsored by Libby or something, but
Oh, I know, that'd be amazing.
we both really like it. It's a free tool that helps us read.
Yeah, and
So
you
they
can use
have
it. Oh, sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
they have like thousands and thousands of magazines, books about travel, memoirs, all sorts of things. And if they don't have it, the book that you're looking for, then just request it and they will, try their best to get it. But they have audiobooks, e-copies, they have physical copies, of course, if you go to your library. But Libby is a fantastic resource that I have used a lot, especially since Hannah taught me about it. I mean, currently, I have every hold I can have right now, just waiting on books
Yeah.
to become available.
Yeah, and you might have said this, but to mention, you can send them to your Kindle using Libby.
Yes,
I don't know if you had said that. You might
I
have
didn't.
said
I
that.
don't think.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so essentially you're checking out library books from the library on your Kindle, um,
Yes,
but you have to use the app on your phone with a library
yes.
card. But yeah, if it sounds confusing, it's not. Look up a YouTube video. It's really easy.
Yeah, when Hannah told me about it, I was super annoyed. I was like, this does not sound easy, but it really and truly is. Like Hannah said, you can send it to your Kindle, and you can also just keep it on the Libby app if you need to. You don't have to necessarily have a Kindle to be
Oh,
able to
that's true.
utilize it. I'm sure it also works for like Kobo, the other
Oh,
e-reader
I've
brand.
never heard of that.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool because they sent out a bunch of PR for Christmas, um, like just trying to get their name out there. So they sent a bunch
Wow.
of PR out to a bunch of like people that I follow, and every single one of them got a brand new Kobo. I
Oh
hear
my
baby
gosh,
crying.
I know. Joshua's going to get her. Um, we're nearing the end of our episode anyway, so I'll go up
Yeah,
in just a
we
second.
are, we are.
Um, so sorry, Joshua's going up right now. Hello, Hattie. I love you. I'll be right there. Um,
Shout out Hattie.
I love you, Hattie Jean. She wants to be on the podcast. But I also wanted to say outlets real quick for cheaper books. Joshua's running up the stairs. I'm not neglecting my baby. Um, But thrift books is also a good place to shop too. Um,
Yes. Yes,
I
that's
like
a good
thrift I
point.
like yeah, I like thrift books too. But are you okay if I wrap up real quick with reminding everybody about the book of the month since Hattie Jean
Absolutely.
needs her mommy? Okay.
Take us home.
Okay, I'm gonna take y'all home. Uh, Next episode that we release, we're gonna be talking about Pretty Girls by Karin Slaughter. So get your book, read the book, and with that being said, I'm gonna go rescue my daughter.
Okay, bye guys. We love you so much.
Bye. Love you guys. Love you. Bye.